What's up, America? So, it's kind of snowy here this morning, like just a dusting, and it's pretty sweet. I was out doing some stuff early this morning. This is like 10 o'clock now, so it's, but out and about when the snow was not messed around by the dog, because of course the dog does patrol, like checks out everything, skewers like every track, smells everything. But I was out here and I saw rabbit tracks. There's rabbits, like, I mean, there's so many rabbits around, but and a cat. There's like a big tomcat that every morning does like a patrol through the property here. Like starts at the north end, just comes in off the street, walks through. It's like his daily rounds. I don't know. Judging by his track, I've never seen this one cat, I don't think, but he's got some big tracks. And but also what I don't always see, only rarely, is raccoon tracks. And so I followed him, right, and then I found out where he came from. I think he spent the night in a juniper tree on the north end of the property. Skedaddled before I brought the trash to the curb this morning. But anyway, it reminded me of a time long, long ago in the land of Valdez. And of course, being at that time the Mids King, right? The guy up from midnight to 4 on watch at that time. I did that for a long time. Probably not good for your health to do it that long. But anyway, so this particular night or morning, right? Sometime between midnight and 4 in the morning, I'm out doing my rounds. We are actually not adrift or at anchor or underway. We're actually just at dock, like kind of a fun deal to do once in a while. And we're at a dock. We're hooked up to shore power and water. Even it's cold. It's wintertime. I don't remember when, but it's cold. It can get cold in Valdez. Like, it's on the water, but it can still get cold. And I go out to the dock shack, just checking on stuff. And while I'm looking, I think, at the water lines, look at something over there. So this thing runs around the shack. Like, I see this little dark thing run around the shack. And it comes around and it hops on my boot. Just like perches on my boot and looks up at me. It's some little mouse. Just some little mouse runs around the shack, sits on my boot. I'm pretty sure this really happened. Sits on my boot, looks up at me with its little eyes. I look down at it with my probably really big eyes. And we stare at each other. Seems like we stare at each other forever, but it's probably like a second or two. But it felt like this mouse looked at my soul, and I looked back at his or hers. I don't know. Didn't get that much of a connection, I guess, to know. Anyway, and then this mouse just like unceremoniously goes right back around the shack to wherever it was. I don't know. And anyway, a little bit of snow, some animal tracks made me think of that. And yeah. And earlier, I also thought of this thing, totally unrelated. Got a crazy dog back over there, rolling around in the snow. Earlier, I was thinking about this, so I don't know if this was a weekend or if I was coming off of a mid-shift. Nighttime work. Anyway, up in Alaska, in an air station, right? That's not too important where, but I up early before the rest of the crew. I'm pretty sure this is a weekend deal. Up early before the rest of the crew. I take care of the fuel samples, all that stuff. It totally wasn't a mid-shift scenario because I'm the only guy down there. You should have somebody else down there when you do mess with fuel, right? On maybe an aircraft, things can happen. But I've been around a while, and you know what? Familiarity can sometimes breed complacency, right? So I've had fuel sample drains get stuck, right? It's no biggie. I got the tools with me. They're right there next to me. That's not really here or there for the story. But anyway, so I did all this stuff. I've looked over the books. I've like got everything ready to go, right? And I'm expecting a relief to show up, maybe like a responsible person, probably, And so I look at the list of who's next, right? And I'm like, okay, all right. This guy needs to be surprised. I've got some time on my hands. I got nothing to do. I'm going to hide in this guy's locker. So I'm not going to hide in there like now, right? I'm going to wait till I'm pretty sure he's walking across the hangar deck. So I'm over there waiting, hanging out over by the locker room, just waiting. And I see the light come on in the hallway that comes into the hangar. I'm like, oh yeah, go time. Here it is. This is the guy. Like, who else is going to be coming in right now? Yeah. It's probably Sunday morning then, judging by the way the scenario was. So he's coming in. This is my guy, right? This is the mark. I'm getting in that locker. So I run in the locker room, open it up, fit myself in there somehow, push things aside, whatever. I'm in this locker. Not a big locker. I'm not a huge guy, but I'm not a small guy. Like I've got some extra pounds here and there, right? So I don't necessarily fold up really well in the locker, but I get in there, right? It's one of those deals where my knees are up against one side of the locker, my back is up against the other side of the locker. I'm kind of like in there, kind of crouched down because there's all this stuff in there, like hanging clothes and stuff, and then there's boots and whatever on the bottom, probably helmet bag I gotta avoid. And so I'm in there, waiting. Feels like a while, and then finally I hear some like a little whistling or whatever, and then I'm like, oh yeah, here it is, go time. All right, get ready. And then I hear some mumbling, and it's not the guy that I'm expecting. And I listen, and I hear the mumbling. I'm like, that's like the senior chief. He's like, just kitty corner to where the locker I'm at, like down, just kind of around a bend a little bit. Like he can probably see me if he like looks over, and I hear him talking to himself. I don't know what he's saying, but I can recognize his voice. He's talking to himself, probably morning stuff like, I don't know why he's there. He just random decided to come in that morning. And I'm like, okay, he won't be here long. And then I hear like the shower start in the back of the locker room. Oh man, like I'm stuck here. I can't get out of this locker. I'm stuck waiting for the senior chief to get done. And because I don't know where he's at. I don't know if he's just like warming up the shower, or like, and he's like doing some other stuff, or if he's like in the shower and it's like, I got like a few seconds or a few minutes to get out of here. I don't know. I'm just like waiting. I'm like, oh, just wait this out. I don't know what to do. This is weird. And then I fall asleep. What? I fall asleep. I don't know how much time has passed. I don't know what's going on. All I know is after I've been asleep for a while, it must have been a while, because when I wake up, the locker door is open. I wake up falling out of the locker, and I can't move my body. And all I can do is I realize it's go time, right? Like things are going down. This is the moment when I need to take some action. All I can do though is slowly go, Ooh. I think I had my eyes open partway when I said that. And the mechanic that was coming in, he didn't yell, he didn't scream, but later he said it was one of the most scary things he's ever had happen to him. Oh man. It sometimes, you know, things don't work out to plan, but it still works out maybe better than the plan. So anyway, scaring people is not like my main gig, right? But I don't know. Sometimes it's just sometimes that kind of shenanigan. It's funny. I don't know. And yeah, Jimbo, wherever you are, I hope nothing scarier has happened to you. All right. See you later, America. Snow's not a bad gig. Sometimes it's fun.